Hey guys, so for my nonfiction video discussion board evaluation, I chose A Platypus Probably. It is written by Sneed B. Collard III. Starting off with the organization of this book, it is very organized and it aids for each of the concepts. How I mean is each of the pages describes something different about the platypus and the author goes into more detail of it. So for example, on page, I think it's 3, it states that 110 million years ago in ancient Gondwanaland, platypus ancestors swam through steamy forests and tickled the feet of dinosaurs. Gondwanaland, or Gondwana, was an ancient supercontinent consisting of present-day Africa, South Africa, Antarctica, Australia, and India. By about 65 million years ago, these land masses had drifted apart to become the continents and places we know today. It's very organized because a lot of students probably wouldn't know what Gondwanaland is, and it's good that it gives the detail, it gives the story here, and then it gives a description on the bottom. And as you're going through, a lot of the pages do have that. Like the very next page, it talks about how the mammals are kind of different than others. They're warm-blooded, and then it'll go on to how a little bit more into how they are different than other animals, or other mammals, excuse me. I do like the style of this book a lot. Even though it gives like a lot more description from going the story to the extra description at the bottom, the details in the picture itself are just phenomenal. Even if you didn't have the extra details in the bottom of here, I think it would help students to pick up on some context clues to figure out what's going on in the story and what the author is talking about with the students. Because on every single page, when the author's describing something new with the platypus, they're very descriptive in the images. So on another page, it's going about how the platypus eats and what their teeth are for. And then on another page, it shows exactly what the platypus eats. And then on the page before that, it shows the platypus actually eating to show the students how they would use their teeth. That was described before. I really like that the illustrations are so detailed because I do think that this would help students to be able to follow along and really understand what's going on with the platypus and to just remember the information of what's going on. In regards to the author, I do think that this would be a very good nonfiction novel to read to students. This author does have over 80 novels or books that he's written for children that are nonfiction. And I think if his books are just as detailed as this one, that any of his books would probably be really good for any science unit or just literature, because they're just so descriptive and the pictures are just phenomenal. So I would definitely recommend this book because it checks off in pretty much every evaluation criteria from what I think. So I would recommend The Platypus Probably.